What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
Greetings, Plaisance. I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nea, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth? The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
The source was in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yes, I called upon the spirit of Guillaume Le Million to banish the curse in a flash of disco brilliance.
Guillaume Le Million? The singer who made that awful face? Well, I do see the resemblance. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still.
Of course.
Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
I only did my job, ma'am.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything. It will only last a day or two, a week tops. Then her mood will sour and she will feel the curse again.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly, damp and saturated by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here, and there too, 1,200 meters away on the urban coast. The dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
Farewell for now, book peddler. I'll see you later. Oh. We can interact with the tape.
You stare at the great door gunner megamix. If only you had a boombox, you would be able to play Titus's tape. The tape feels ominous. Upon it, the dead speak. Respect the tape.
Alright, I will. Oh yeah, what's this? Hold on. I haven't inspected these other things, have I? Like, this book? Did I examine this book? La Fumée, leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism, offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. Cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frissel.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait
Here
of
we
the
go.
late King Frissel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Frissel?
Because Frissel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Right, satire. Got it. Let me flip through the pages and see what catches my eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Oh.
No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary? After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Alright, let's catch up on international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are.
No, not really.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Alright, let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition.
Whoa, hold on. What's this about a coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already, honestly.
Yeah, sure I do.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What's Kunst and Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Ah, that makes sense.
Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you. Obviously because it's cool to drop random phrases in foreign languages. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Alright, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right, but then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real racers that you're really watching for.
Nah, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave. This flimsy magazine is right. Deep down, you know the only true stakes are life and glory, or death by fiery dismemberment.
Well, I guess I've never thought about it that much.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Hey, Kim, did you know Tip Top Tournay is actually an orgiastic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
Man, I wonder what else is really just a metaphor for life under capitalism.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I will read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. Perhaps they've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Hey, Kim. I think this is a communist magazine.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
Oh, you think so?
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Alright, I'm done with the magazine. Thanks a lot. This is very educational. Have we examined the bullet?
The bullet is still safely sealed away.
Yeah, we have. Alright. Oh.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience.
Howl up. Where is this kingdom of conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
And how do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
but what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality? What benevolence? What a fucking joke.
So wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things, or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Well, most things are preferable to chaos and bloodshed, yes.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Alright, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Oh. I don't know, it seems fine. I still want to live for the present, though.
What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Officer, God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
Renee, I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
So, he must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the art.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
And why is that?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
It's his heart.
So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday.
Oh.
There's no other guard. It's just me.
Oh.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing, too.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Oh.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Oh, got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Hey, do May bells mean anything to you, Renee?
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Oh, so this was a royalist military tradition?
It used to be. But the communards were fond of them too. Call them revolutionary flowers. Bells of the revolution.
Did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment.
Oh.
The revolutionaries sullied them.
You stirred up some bad memories there.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers,
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you'll have to wait for at least a month.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
We'll try again later. Thank you for your time.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Yeah, you mentioned a Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
So you both knew her?
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
So what happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
So why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Women, am I right?
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Well, thanks for sharing, fellas.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
Bye for now. See you later. Yeah, well, that was a interesting little tale.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Let's talk about our right to work.
Yeah, I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
We are investigating a murder. These tattoos were on the victim's body.
Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Beg your pardon? Loincloths?
Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
So, can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
Sure.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission.
Benital is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago near the Pale. Covered in jungle, it was anchor point for the Seminese nationalists in the proxy war held on the island's territory.
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
With some strange emotion, this is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon. At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason, the kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God, Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's...
So you were there?
No, I was somewhere else. That's just a guess as to what this one little star on his belly might mean. I'm just a bouncer.
Yeah, but you're not, are you? You're not really a scab leader.
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But...
Alright, can I have it back?
go ahead. All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave now. Thank you for your time. Alright.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Let's try this again.
Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952, and a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then,
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help you?
the voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Hello, what is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy.
Hello, Lummy. Do you know who I am?
No.
Do you know what this place means to me?
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
I don't know. You know why I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
I don't know. My name is Harry Dubois. Do you have anything on my name?
Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
Oh, what kind of film is that?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the front door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up and the air seems to grow darker. Suddenly you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over.
What was all shit?
It.
Oh. Alright, we're done here. That was educational.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Here we go.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
I will browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
I will force myself to go through the folders.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
I will look at the notes.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Hey, look. Hey, Kim, look. A to-do note with a list of errands for Everett.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
No.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood?
I'll take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, all items on the list. The drawer slide.
Oh, there we go. Is that helpful in any way? I don't know. Oh. Whoa. What do we have here? Some workers. What's going on? Oh. Hold up.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out.
Here we
from the
go.
hole. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Excellent.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task chain.
Right. Don't worry about me, I understand. I'm always focused. The radio relay hums with electricity. Some money. The money dangles in my pockets. Should I go this way or this way? Choices, choices. I don't know where to begin. Here we go. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. Oh. Magnesium. Hey, Jamrock biker cop. Shades. No entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Alright, well, we're not going that way then. I mean, it says no entry right there. Jamrock biker cop Sunny is for taking your Harmel Ryu Supersonic out for a ride on the streets of Jamrock where your heart is buried. +1 empathy. -1 logic. Sure. We can take a decrease in logic, I think, no? Yeah, I don't know. Is that really affected? Oof. Now my logic is 2. No. No, we can't have that. Alright, I'm sorry then. Yeah. Not ready to be that logicless, not yet. If that's even a word. Oh, someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Oh. The wind is corralled by the 4-story buildings around this yard. Nice. Glory, says the Gravito, to the ghosts of us. The swinging is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Oh, more money. Some bottles. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Ah, I just found myself a sad song, haven't I? Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos come from above.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
Oh man, what happened here?
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was it abandoned?
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur. for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
And what's a block obscure?
A black block. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war.
Oh.
Or one that has fallen to gang violence. Or has become inhospitable in some other way.
Ah.
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares, hence their name.
So this part of the coast is a block obscure.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
Oh, at least I left some old music behind.
Yes, and you picked it up because you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and magnesium blisters.
That's right.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
I know. But, we're taking in the environment. And who knows? We might find something worthwhile here. You never know. Like these big tire tracks? Where do they lead, I wonder? There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Oh! There's a little house here. Oh. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. A bow knot. Coal City 08. I see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Interesting. Got me a new bow tie. +2 to drama. +1 Inland Empire. How many points in Inland Empire do I have? It's high enough, right? I think it's time for a change. There we go. Much better. Let's you see Hyamdall in all of his glory.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Yep, alright. We'll get on it. Now we have a reason to buy a tape player. Alright. What do we got over here? Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. Yeah, thanks. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scubs filled from fabric. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Cinder blocks charged. Makeshift fire pits with magazines for lighting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can.
Oh, this is just another bench. Alright, sure. And around here... What, seriously? I can't reach this part because it's... The branches. Oh no. They're so... empowering. I can't cross them. Sure, man, whatever. Out of the way, Kim. God's sake. You see dust-covered linens. Dried tulips on a bed. Fascinating. Me first. Okay. White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. Quick travel unlocked. A wetting stone, well worn and covered in rust. Oh. Street sign is illegible below from the street sign is illegible below the graffito. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Alright. There we go.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran,
Huh.
possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Oh, hello.
Then how does she know you're here?
Wait, if you can't see, then how did you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
Alright.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You
What?
also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, you're saying I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM.
Oh,
Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked
Oh.
himself in that woodshed over there.
oh.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
So what kind of an ill omen are we talking about here?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Well, I am an ill omen, alright.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why would they be?
Because you're an ill omen.
Oh,
But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
I see.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
So, what is in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
Well, there's gotta be something here. Go on, tell me.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
The pox, what's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see.
And, what happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
So who else lives in this, village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Who? What drunks?
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
Oh, I see. Is there a way to make a little money around here?
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find.
Alright, good enough for me. There's another topic I'd like to discuss.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Call me Harry.
Why, I guess I will, Harry. Aye, it just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry.
Oh?
Strong lad, but dumb as a rock.
Oh. What happened to him?
He did too many narcotics. So many, he fell off his boat and split his skull on a buoy. Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty.
I see. Do you know what's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
And why is the church abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
So what else is on down the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Anything else of note?
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed.
Who'd want to come to a fish market here?
No one. That's why it's closed.
Oh,
It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
So that's it? There's gotta be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
Oh,
Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jam shut
Really?
though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
we'll see about that.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
So, where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
A free room? How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
So you're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Well, why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
Alright, you got yourself a new tenant.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Yep. Thank you for your time, ma'am. So, is this my house?
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
Oh. Alright, let's look inside. Maybe there's some clues or something here. Anything useful?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy.
Alright, I think it's high time for a shave. Let's get these mutton chops off.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Yeah, I will feel my clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you.
Freshness.
As if you just came from a cold bath.
Yeah, as if I just came. Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe.
Alright, well that's good enough, I guess.
You almost look like a professional.
Yeah.
Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression.
Alright then. Old science fiction magazines, books about bird watching, an almanac from 39, wave, sea, church.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Alright, if you say so. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
Looks like it's my new home, I think. I wonder where the old one went.
Westward, across the canal, towers the whirling in rags. Door number 1 on the second floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
Alright, thank you, Strange Sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought but in someone else's voice.
Oh.
Look under the floorboards.
What? Look. What? Oh. Now what's this? A Koroyev jacket. Swanky checkered jacket flatters my form in a way that makes me feel the fun kind of serious. It has really nice roomy pockets too. Alright, sure, let's try that. Let's try them on. There we go. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Yeah, much better. Let's see. Okay, this contains 3 bottles. I don't know. I don't want to give up the Hyundai, sure, but I mean, I think maybe it's time. I don't know. No. We'll keep the him. You know, it's too good. You can't give it up. You know, it's just not. It's too good.
The bed is comforting.
All right, no time to rest. All right. We had a little shave. We looked around. We're all good to go. Hey, Kim, how you like the new look?
Yes?
So, how you like me now? I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
I know. Stunning, right?
I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the...
Damage.
Oh,
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
nothing. Let's, keep going. Oh! What's in this barrel? I haven't checked. Half real. I can't see into the house from the angle. Inside, here's good sound, some kind of heater. Yep, we know all about that.